Morning, good morning, good morning. Do I look tired? How my self-cutting been going, man? I've been shaving up my beard, just cutting my hair down. And I knocked my hair working one day. You know what I mean? Come with the game. Do you know what I'm posting this video for, really? I was sitting here thinking, as I read these stories that illustrate the indifference that white people in America have towards anything that's really not white. I try to think like that. How does racism, like how does uh, the behavior, the outlook, the indifference, like okay, let's say white families who support the idea of raising a blue flag and saying Blue Lives Matter in response to people who are protesting, demanding that citizens who are given the job of protecting individual rights and upholding the law be held accountable for excessive force, patterned excessive force that's leading to the death of unarmed individuals, specifically black men and women. Also, how typical white people can have an indifference when it comes to crimes that's committed by white men, mass murders, acts of terrorism, on abortion clinics and things of this nature. They have empathy and understanding of these young boys who go shooting up schools. And again, there's a pattern of them surviving police encounters. But when it comes to anything related to specifically a black man or woman, they gung-ho for, there's no understanding, put it that way. I wonder, how is the mindset where in America, when you typically see an American flag on a household, a white household, that is not a flag that's saying, look, I love my country, I love my, they're basically saying this is my country. And they are more likely to be the people who support aggressive policies and viewpoints that follow the line of racist prejudice and indifferent to cultural ways and means that's not Eurocentric. I wonder, how do you see young people who will put on blackface and do these things on social media that's completely disrespectful to the history of America. And I'm talking young folks. I wonder, how does that happen where in the midst of seeing in today's world where you see media, you can do history. You can actually, if I was a white man, I don't think there's anything that could, if I'm who I am, but just what was white, I don't think there would be anything my parents or my environment could have teach me or conditioned me to ignore facts. I will look at my past and say, damn, that's fucked up. We did fucked up shit. So I will understand, so I wonder, and now I think I figured it out. And I could be wrong, but I think I figured it out. I think it's just simple. It's three primary factors. One, they simply tell their kids that they're superior. Second, they create an environment that reinforces that, so they make sure that they're not exposed to too much diversity. There's things they can't do right now. You got schools and things like that. The world is changing, but from their perspective, they can keep them whitewashed. And three, they instill upon them the Republican ideology that this is our country, built this country, big government, small government, things of that nature. And they distort it all and hold it together with Christianity. the perverted form of Christianity that's practiced. Now, don't get me wrong, racism itself is such a disease that non-white people who immigrate to America um, adopt the same paradigm as the typical white people in America, the ones who are regressive. And it's amazing. But it's something to talk about. So when I see white men and women who are cognizant of the bullshit, I gotta give them just due, because it must be difficult to be a white man in America and not come out racist, to not come out supremacist, to not come out indifferent, because everything about our society is geared towards that. And another thing is, when you look at the world as it is, let's say America. America is a great country. I love the potential, but under the control of white people, look at the policies. 2020, there's no thinking individual. Like I can't see any Republican ever making any logical argument to me about any policy. Now, me myself, again, I've become an independent, quote unquote, in regards to my views. So there are some things that every once in a while I'll hear some logical perspective from a Republican in some areas, and is worth consideration. But generally speaking, the policy, the thinking is just flawed and regressive. But I think that's what it is. I think it's simply to just tell their kids that they're superior, and then they do everything around them to create the environment to reinforce it. And then what happens when these kids come out and they see these those of us who are who we are, it doesn't register. Like, well, how the hell did we conquer them? How the hell are they can't, and then it becomes animosity, and it becomes a type of, I believe it becomes aggression. When you're a white man who've been taught, and this is just generally speaking, who've been taught that you're superior and black people are this, and then you run into a black man who you sense is no inferiority to. You sense no, like it's, we have to play with you, and always advocate anybody who needs advantage. Like, if we're going to race and that the road on my side has rocks and pebbles and your side is smooth, or the people who paved the road did that so you can have an advantage. And if you continue to say, well, you know what, shit, man, like, look at me, I done ran fast and beat. To me, that's a sickness, that you need advantage. I'm happy to be a black man, because I'm telling you, like, there's many reasons, but I'm happy because while I have, I have friends from different backgrounds, because I'm a open-minded human. But overall, I don't think I'll be able to handle, if I was me, but white, handle all the things that is attributed to white behavior, white behavior, the disregard for nature, the disregard for human life, like the ability to be cold and mean and hostile and harmful. This shit is no joke. So it must be hard to be a conscious white man or woman, and to come out of that and not be of that. I give y'all a lot of. It's the same as black men and women coming from urban environments, to come out of that and not be conditioned with some of the behavioral patterns. I commend anyone who get over that. But again, this post is, I was wondering, how does racism and its indifference continue to go on generation after generation? Yeah, I think they just simply say, hey, we're superior, and then they create an environment that reinforces it. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about that?